Welcome back to Beards and Brews. Hey, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and follow wherever you're listening. Not only does it help us out, but you'll know exactly when we have another one brewing. Fellas, we're back at it. It's going to be Greenland with Gerard Butler. What'd you think?
I don't know why it was called Greenland. You only hear about it in the last 5 damn minutes of the movie. It should have been called Apocalypse Road Trip.
I thought you were going on the route of like, I don't even know why they call it Greenland. It's just ice here.
Apocalypse, not now, maybe in like a day or two. Apocalypse later. But yeah, you're right. Greenland doesn't even come into effect until like much later in the movie. Like we don't even hear about it until about 75% through, I think. So listen, I'm going to get this out of the way right now. I've got a lot of problems with this movie.
Well, I like how the title is just like a significant portion. Like already you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
but
like
Greenland's not ice and Iceland's not green. And this movie's not a movie.
The evolution.
Yeah, but like you can tell by the title, Greenland. Like they're not going to make a movie called Greenland and them not actually get to Greenland, right? So everything that happens in this movie is just kind of, all right, we're waiting for them to get there. Oh, they got there. There's 5 minutes left in the movie.
But they have like 10 minutes left before the world ends. Damn.
What you gonna do? You're gonna call architect/comet enthusiast Gerard Butler to save the day by not saving the day.
You know what? Not to be like spoiler man or anything, but like when they do get to Greenland, I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a moment where they just kind of like got to chat with everybody. Like, oh yeah, I was saved because I was an architect. What are you? I invented Garfield. You know, just random people.
Like all of the things that piss me off about this movie, there are a bunch. That's one of them. Like once they get in, again, this is at the very end of the movie, so we're jumping well ahead. It doesn't matter.
No, not at all.
Once they are inside this bunker, that's it. Like, all right, closed up, open it back up, skip ahead 9 months later. Are you kidding? We don't get to see anything that happens while they're living in this fallout shelter or whatever it is? Come on.
Probably a lot of fucking.
You think?
Oh, dude, the lights weren't on. So did they spend 9 months in total fucking darkness? Did we just have Chuck Norris Part 2 in a bunker?
Literal fucking darkness, yeah.
It's about to become those little things from The Descent or the Fallout, Skyrim. All of their other senses are going to get heightened.
That's actually a great move. That's a great idea for a sequel. Just like a hard right into just like some fucking body horror.
Yeah, like what happened in the bunker at Peru. And they're like, here we are. We're in Peru. And then there's fucking monsters. Works for me.
I love, man, that's the plot that needs to be on the back of the VHS. And then there were just fucking monsters.
Yeah. Fucking give me the monsters.
So honest.
Yeah, we're kind of going sideways into another qualm that I have with this. Like, why Greenland?
I think it's some like conspiracy thing. Something I may have heard. Like, there's some like secret bunker out there, and you know, Greenland's like the perfect spot for X and Y reason or something like that.
And what do you need to take when you go to Greenland? Beer and juice boxes, because that's what Gerard Butler and his son cherish most in life.
You gotta have those juice boxes, though, right? Especially like the fruit punch, the stuff that's like 99% sugar.
Dude, there's literal news on talking about how the apocalypse is nigh. There is an asteroid screaming towards Earth, and he's like, I've got to get a pack of Michelob and some juicy juice.
Well, you know, it's that thing where you have to juggle the apocalypse and your diabetic son. Classic.
Hi, I'm Baby Brimley, and I have diabetes.
I don't want to be here anymore.
All right,
not in the bunker.
So let's back up and set the stage just a little bit, shall we? This is about Gerard Butler, King Leonidas himself, and he's an engineer of some type. He builds buildings, designs buildings. I don't know. He's got a perfect life aside from the fact that he fucks women other than his wife. I mean,
you know what? I feel like he's just a part of his ensemble. I just absolutely love how every movie he is just some slightly disheveled but really successful man who just has a crumbling marriage, but you know, at the end of the day, he's just responsible for his family regardless.
Here's the question, the big question we gotta ask. Is he getting cast in these roles, or is life imitating art, and this is what he's bringing to the table?
Oh man, I feel so bad for him because he's literally just had nothing but fucking bad endings.
Actually, I don't think I've seen him in really anything aside from 300 and now this. His ending in 300 wasn't great, though. So anyway, in this movie, he's got a wife that he's apparently cheated on at some point, and they are having problems. And his wife is like super, super hot, actually. She's like Famke Janssen meets Gal Gadot, and like there's just no reason that you would or should ever stray from that. Gerard Butler, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's definitely got a swing out of me.
But like, I don't even remember her name. Like, aside from Gerard Butler being Gerard Butler, he just has family, and he's just responsible for them. Like, she's wife and kids are just kid.
Yeah, they are luggage.
That's
Absolutely.
exactly what I have them written down as through the whole thing.
What's in the bag, sir? This is insulin.
Nice. Well, I'm not gonna make it a secret. Like, I enjoy this movie because it's so just. It's paint by the numbers, but it's just so cute. You know, it's trying. It doesn't really meander or like do anything too stupid, like piss me off. It's just like, you know what, movie? You're a movie. All right, entertain me.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that pissed me off about it. Exactly what you just said. It doesn't meander. It doesn't change course at all. It goes exactly with what you would expect. I could predict the end of this movie from the very beginning.
But it's all about
it
the
felt like
journey.
it was- Is it?
It's all about the journey because, like, yeah, these disaster movies are all kind of the same. It's like, I kind of see what kind of stupid stuff they're going to throw at Gerard Butler.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. But that's where we were discussing earlier. I wish they would have went all out. This would have made an amazing action hero movie.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it a super move, but spoilers. Gerard Butler does kill a guy with a hammer. Very Thorian.
Well, I mean, Denzel Washington killed 93 people in Equalizer with a nail gun.
He did. And John Wick killed 3 guys with a fucking pencil.
My issue is, it's so hard to talk about a movie that jumps from scene to scene to scene. And that's where it kills me, is I wanted so much more action. I wanted to see, because he has to fight for his life with that hammer, like you said. That scene should have been so over the top. He should have been fighting like 20 dudes, and he should have fucked them all up viciously.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, but did you guys at least like how it felt kind of real? Like, you know, the government's never going to tell everybody, like, oh, this giant rock is going to smash into the earth, like what happened in Armageddon or whatever. Like, that's like, oh, no, it's just gonna pass by. Just get your binoculars out and have a good show. But, like, you know, in the background, they're just, like, fucking sliding in people's DMs. Be like, hey, buddy, it's a government booty call. We got you, right?
See, I think it's unrealistic in that, like, they're never going to tell anyone anything about that. Like, scientists figure it out. Oh, shit, there's a comet that's going to, like, part of it's going to hit the world, and it's going to be an extinction-level event. No one's going to know that. Like, the government...
Those guys are dead.
Yeah, no one is going to let the actual public freak out that much. They're going to try and overthrow whatever they can. Chaos is going to ensue. No. Nobody's going to know about that until we're all dead.
But your astrologer, fucking Gerard Butler, looks up Spy's comet moments before it collides with Earth.
Astrologer? Is he going to go up there?
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah. I'm a Cancer and you're a Capricorn.
Oh, I thought I was a Capri Sun. I'm sorry.
This is Juicy Juice. I can't do his voice. I'm sorry.
Then he just kicks the fucking meteor.
Kicks over the cans of Yoo-hoo.
Shit.
But I did enjoy that little bit. So, like, they're having, like, a little party as the world kind of falls apart around him. And, like, he gets that presidential message, like, hey, you're important, so is your family. Fuck all these other creeps. He goes outside, and he's like, wait a minute. Something's off. I really, really liked how that moment of silence is just, like, completely interrupted by that shockwave. That was pretty good.
Okay. I thought the explosions, the action, the way they depicted the meteors, and normally every scene that involved, like, especially the meteor shower later on where there's a traffic jam, meteors start raining out of the sky. It's fucking awesome. The shockwave, the one that you're discussing, I thought that one was a little bad, but the second one was fucking awesome.
So the first one actually kind of wipes out the entirety of Tampa, and that's when they start to get, like, the presidential alerts, like, hey, this is serious. There's a few people that's selected, but not all that many. Report to this Air Force base so we can evacuate you.
To be real, they should have, like, ended the message and be like, but P.S. don't tell nobody. lol, because like it appeared on fucking Gerard Butler's TV.
Yeah, and while everyone at his kid's birthday party is watching, like, should we have seen this? Why did you get it?
And that's something that peeved me through the entire movie, is they still never tell you why he was chosen.
A Scottish engineer who happens to work in Atlanta? That's, I don't know.
I mean, he checks all the boxes. He's Scottish, architect, kills people with hammers. Fine.
Gerard, check. Butler, check. Luggage, check. But yeah, they go on this little road trip and they're like, please save my baby. And Gerard Butler just goes, no, fuck him, get out the way. She's driving.
Yeah, he was a little polite about it. I was like, no, just I'll give you a coal. Peace, you know?
Yeah, but they eventually... And by the way, okay, I know I'm always the guy that talks about the geography of things. They are in Atlanta. They're going to this Air Force base in Knoxville. Like, that's not a short drive. Atlanta to Knoxville, that's like, what, 4 hours or something? Maybe not 4 hours, but and we don't see any of that.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, this is
Thank
a movie
God.
about family. I mean, luggage. I mean, family.
But no, it's just so much of this movie is built on traveling, like the distance going between Atlanta to Knoxville to Lexington to Canada to Greenland, and all of that is skipped aside from like a couple of little events that happen. Oh, there's a kidnapping, there's a pharmacy that you got to go to. There's just fucking nothing.
I mean, you're right, and the movie takes place, I guess, it's in its own internal logic, like in about 12 hours or something like that.
I think it's supposed to be like
For a
36, because it's supposed to be like the day after tomorrow. Oh God!
Oh no, you said the words disaster.
I didn't mean to do that, but for what it's worth, that's a way better movie.
So now we see the family and the luggage there. They're screaming down the road, and where are they at? They're magically at the destination. There's a crowd of people, and little Meek, they show you that he's Meek, that way they can do character development with it. He's like, I'm so meek. We're here. And then he's like, I'm here. I'm Scottish. And then they let him in. They give him a QR code and a wristband.
Oh, just so he can get back into the concert.
Yeah, absolutely. Once the Arctic Monkeys go on, shit's gonna get real. Arctic Monkeys, because they're going to Greenland.
Sponsors.
Okay.
I don't know.
Stay with me. At this point, I checked out. I wasn't not watching the movie, but I was just making up my own plot, because once you make, in my mind, the cardinal sin of doing something so stupid I can't forgive you, then I got to start making up my own shit. And this is what did it for me. They get in. He's got his little wristband. The family's all together. He's like, oh, I forgot your insulin. I should have double-checked that I had it before I got out. I should have triple-checked. I should have never put you in charge of it. But let me, number one, rush back out of the concert, leave the two of you here, grab the insulin, come back, fly away. And instead, he leaves, and the mom's like, I'm going to will leave you. And I went, I have no fucking clue what, okay, done.
It is super weird and kind of annoying that, you know, they're in this position where they do have to wait, but like she starts talking to people about shit and they find out that the kid's diabetic, and it's just like this whole situation is because she wouldn't just leave things the fuck alone.
Yeah, like he goes back. They say, 15 or 20 minutes max until the plane leaves. All right, he's going to hurry back and get insulin. All right, that's fine. But the lady just starts talking like, hey, officer, my kid's a diabetic. He's got to get the medicine, because, that means we're all off the flight. Means we're going to... No, he's not diabetic.
Off the flight? Good. What do you mean? Can I not redeem my points? What the fuck?
I thought this was Southwest. You can pick your own seat here.
Oh, is that what happened when everybody started running the fuck in there? It was time to pick your own seat?
Yeah, it's a free-for-all.
They're like loading passengers 1 through 1,000.
Oh, they just have like a little number they pick like from Beetlejuice at the end?
Yeah, and all of them motherfuckers just coming at once. They start shooting one another, though. There's like the freedom fighters. They're like, we're going to. And they're like, the actual soldiers don't fire a shot that I see. I just watched the freedom fighters shoot them down while they were doing simple tasks like fueling a plane.
Yeah, like they weren't in a They weren't in like some like battle situation. They're just like, so this whole world ending thing, huh? Crazy. And they just get mowed down.
Yeah, I gotta run in here with my shotgun and shoot the guy that's fueling the plane. How is that gonna help fucking anything?
It's literally the same feeling as the Terminator just like blowing through that police station in the first movie. Like they're just cops hanging out, you know?
So we also find out that like 99% of armed forces weren't selected, so Gerard Butler's special for some reason. We never find out what reason, but he's special for some reason.
He builds buildings really good. Like really good.
I guess.
Grow out that beard to hide that double chin. You did not get in shape for this role.
He's getting that dad bod going, you know?
I mean,
he's 40 pounds from Russell Crowe.
Oh shit. Whatever it takes to survive the nuclear winter.
And speaking of nuclear winter, what I've got here today is from San Fernando Brewing Company out of San Fernando, California. This is their nuclear winter cold IPA. I don't really know what that means. There's a little explanation on the can, but I'm just going to go in blind and see what happens. It's not really super flavorful in the same way that like a traditional IPA is. It's more like a session IPA, you know, where you've got those green notes, but not a whole lot of body underneath. I don't know that that's what they're going for, but that's what they've got here. It is pretty crisp. It's not bad. It's just really what I was expecting, you know? It's fine.
Well, you know it's not fine? Getting yourself in trouble. Jesus fucking Christ. So in Gerard of Riviera or whatever, he's getting the medicine for the kid. And the biker gang does kind of like break in and just like ruin it for everybody. But I find it super hilarious that it escalated so quickly, like all these planes just wind up exploding.
Yeah, I don't know. One little spark and there's a whole lot of jet fuel just all over the tarmac. I guess
there's like
reactions happen. I don't know.
A ton of jet fuel and there's just like all these steel beams around.
I don't really remember exactly what happens next. The kid and the wife scurry back to the car and is like, all right, we're going to go to Grandpa's house. We'll meet up with your dad there instead of just like waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, that was so weird, right? Because they basically passed each other twice or something like that. Just completely whiffed.
Yeah, it's like the Fifth Element ending.
Yeah, it's a super overreaction to me. It's like, oh, we didn't make it on the plane. We don't know for sure your dad did. Let's travel 2 states north.
Yeah, that's plan B. Let's just get deeper in this shit.
I do enjoy, though, how quickly shit goes wrong, because this movie, it's 2 hours long, and you never miss a beat. Like, it's always got something going on. I will give it that. There is always something going on. And someone kidnaps her. Well, actually, they don't kidnap her. She uses them for a ride. They find out she has a wristband that says she's special.
Yeah, it's actually Roy from The Office. It took me a minute, because he's got a beard going on, like a big beard. And I'm like, is that Roy? Fucking Roy. And yeah, just like you expect, Roy fucks something up, tries to kidnap somebody.
Well, if it turned to a kidnapping, it could have just been Creed.
Oh, well, Creed would do it with charm, though. Roy's just a dick.
Yeah, he looks like fucking Jim Gaffigan, too.
I think he looks like he's going to join like one of those churches where everybody has big beards. I don't know what they're like. Messianic or something. If you're Messianic and this is not correct, please let us know in the comments. But we're going to go with Messianic for right now.
Well, Jim Knappighan, like, he's just like, yo, can we just, like, take this kid and get, like, a free ticket to Greenland or whatever? And they're just like, yeah, I guess. And they just toss the fucking mom out like she's garbage.
I feel like the kid should have been throwing more of a fit. Like,
yes!
He's still wearing his seatbelt. He doesn't even try. He's just like, sorry, Mom.
He's the screamer kid from Babadook.
They got turkey sandwiches in here. It's a tough decision.
No, it's the juice boxes.
They're like, well, he was kind of like a big dude. So he's like, well, I can't move around too much. He'll probably eat me.
I did enjoy, though, the way that whenever he's removing her from the car, it's the most believable how to get someone out of your vehicle I've ever seen in my life. He's like, man, please, I don't want to hurt you. Man, please, genuinely, just get out of my truck. I'm stealing your child. I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not actually a bad guy, but, you know, I guess this kind of makes me a bad guy, but it doesn't.
This isn't a kidnapping. I'm taking him to safety.
I'm just boring your kid, okay? Calm down.
That escalated so quick.
But that that does kind of like start plot B, because plot A is still Gerard Butler. He comes back out of the exploded military base and he gets back to the car. His wife conveniently leaves a sticky note. It's like, we're just going to my papa's house, smiley face, and he's like, fuck, it's in Kentucky.
Yeah. This whole vacation that they're taking started out in Atlanta earlier in the day. Now you're telling me he's got to drive all the way to Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. Come on, like that's just a lot of traveling for one day. There's got to be a Howard Johnson somewhere on the path, right?
Well, he doesn't even get into his own car again. It's almost like it's worthless for no reason. He just basically just starts jogging.
Yeah, I think like I had the same thought, but I think it's because it's stuck in traffic like among all these other abandoned cars, so there's no way he was going to get out of that.
Yeah. So that's why he has to go and borrow someone else's truck, drink some water very thirstily, and then get picked up at a local, whatever the fuck it was, a Lowe's or something. And he loads in the back of this truck, and they're like $300, and I'll take you north of the border. He's like, oh, you can get it. Look, I got a wristband.
Yeah. And this is the part where, like, in every movie like this, they need somebody who knows a little too much. It's like, yeah, by the way, we're going to the specific spot in Canada so we can get on the specific plane to go to Greenland, and that'll just be okay.
You know, you don't even need a wristband. They're not military. They're just flying people out up in Canada. I don't know. Probably there's no planes between here and Canada.
But why would you even attack Gerard Butler for the wristband if you don't need the wristband?
Or if you're already like several hours away. You're not making it, dude.
This movie's just from the perspective of Gerard Butler telling his story. What really happened was just fucking blood rage, and he murdered everybody with a hammer, but he just wanted to tell everybody that, like, no, he attacked me and I had to.
And
yes,
he was racist.
that's what it... That's what this movie should have been. More action. If he was in the back of that truck, because they get a back of the truck fight scene. If he would have been back there just kicking ass, and then, you know, expose happens, he jumps out, and they get the hammer, he beats 4 or 5 dudes down, and then kills one, and then with the, oh my god, he killed him, and he's like, yeah, here's something you can't understand other than my thick accent. It's how I could just kill them all.
That's actually some sequel power, too, because like, his family could find out later on, like maybe somebody else in the truck finally got there and was like, yeah, your husband hammered a guy in the ass so much he died for being hammered in the ass.
Yeah, and on this little trip in the back of the truck, he meets a guy, you mentioned it, the guy that tells him where they're going and everything. He has a little single-serving friendship. One of the things that pissed me off so much is that, like, during this tussle, we don't see him, but he's just, like, dead. He's just dead. That would have been, like, okay, at the very end of this, he could have met up with, like, we don't have to see him for the next 45 minutes. It would have been a cool little throwback to just have him run into him at the shelter.
Nah,
but
he did.
We don't want any loose ends or anything, so let's just leave him dead on the side of the road.
He was just too nice, and as soon as he opened his mouth with his kindness, I literally leaned over to the missus like, this man's dead. I didn't expect him to die within the next 5 minutes, but I knew he would.
Yeah.
100%. He was basically the life expectancy of T-Dog from Walking Dead. You were like, oh man, a cool secondary character? He's fucking dying. And then, yep.
He's black, so you know he's dying.
Oh no.
No, it's just like, come on, that's a trope. We know that's how it's gonna be. Come on. So the next thing I've got down is like the kidnapping couple reach the base and is like, hey, we've got our wristbands. We've got our wristbands. And the kid's just like, yo, these aren't my parents. They kidnapped me. And they're like, no, you're just nervous. Be quiet.
It was so casual. It made me laugh because like the kidnappers are so nervous. Like, yeah, we're a real family. Look at us. We look totally the same. And kid's like, yo, I don't know these guys.
And I 100% was like, oh man, and I'm Corbin Dallas. Like, they all got multi-pass.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that the kid was kind of just so calm about it. So like, he's just like, hey, these are not my parents. Like, this is not right. Like,
he is not the father. So starts running with the camera.
Oh, fucking Maury.
Like, that wristband is stapled on. He doesn't even have a wristband. Come on, who you gonna believe? These guys or a diabetic kid? All right. Now take me to a tent and get me some orange slices.
I'm surprised they took care of him as well as they did because, like, he's a kid that got rejected. So, like, I just feel like there could have been a moment where he's just like, oh, a kid better save his. Oh, a diabetic kid.
Well, go on.
Give the children, but not the diabetic children.
Go on there. There's woods right over there. Just go ahead and start a new life.
I was like, yeah, see that?
Right over there.
Yeah, see that room down the hall? Yeah, there's treats and everything. Help yourself. The kid goes in, hucks a hand grenade in there.
No, make sure you hit up the shower before you leave.
Oh no.
But they did you say Alvita Zane? Oh my god.
I'm getting a little bit too dark for this movie, I think.
No, I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
They wrap this up so nice with a little bow. They're just like, blink, there it is. Oh, mom's looking for the kid. The kid's in here. Look, we reunite. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to do anything. You're going to give me literally everything I need to continue my quest.
Yeah, I was like, where's my kid? There's your kid. That's my kid. Let's go.
Oh, and here's some provisions for your path. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. So
yeah, absolutely. And at first I thought that was such a really nice thing, like more than nice. Then I realized, oh, they gave him like a week's worth of insulin. Oh yeah, the world's gonna end like in 2 days. Doesn't matter.
Well, like, they all make it to Gramps' house. So Gerard Butler's there with Sam Elliott adjacent. And they're like, I don't like you either, but a daughter. And then suddenly the phone rings and they go pick up the wife who's down at the local market. I was like, what the fuck? This is all happening so fast.
The only thing this whole thing is missing is there a part where they have to escape across an acidic lake, and just when they're 6 feet away from the coast, he has to jump out of the boat and melt his legs off and die.
Oh my god, what was that?
That's Dante's Peak.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
yeah, no, we got to save that for the sequel when th're down in Peru, Lake Titicaca.
He said the thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So honestly, I don't even remember how Gerard Butler gets to Daddy's house in Lexington.
He, like, for the longest time was starting to feel around cars like he was in GTA, like seeing what was locked. And he stumbled upon a house where they had like a little bit of cable service and some water for him to drink. And then from there, he got a truck.
That's right. He just found an extra set of conveniently placed keys in like the junk drawer and was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. And so, what am I here for? Oh, a car? Just so you can see me have a car? Okay, let's car.
Yeah, and a military bus just happens to drop off. They're on their way to Lexington, from Knoxville. There's a big University of Tennessee, University of Kentucky basketball game going on. So you were on the way.
Yeah, Gramps is like, I don't give a fuck about a hurricane. I don't give a fuck about a meteor. I'm going to go watch the Wildcats.
It's okay. He and Meteor, they get along. It's all right.
Me and Meteor go way back.
Peanut and all.
Also, the world's about to end. Y'all go on. Y'all go ahead. I'll make some pancakes.
It's just like from Donkey from Shrek.
In the morning, I'm making waffle.
I'm going to make some waffles for you, Shrek.
That was fucking good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I've been taken aback.
Yeah, the words I was going to use is taken aback. We got to use that some more. But yeah, he is so chill about this. He's like, nah, I've had worse. Y'all go ahead, take my truck. It's got a full tank again. I got to stay here with my horse anyway.
He's just there standing next to his horse. He just gets fried. I love it.
Yeah, the horse would be awful pissed if I left her alone during all this end of the world stuff. So I'll stay with her. Y'all go ahead.
And they're just like, yeah, sounds about right. Peace.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And more of the madness happens. We get that little impact with the meteor. That way they know it's time to go. Where Gerard Butler is blown down for the second time or whatever. And they're like, oh my God, it's so scary. They had abandoned the child again. They all had to rush to search for the child during this apocalypse. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
It's, like I said before the cast, just like, this movie isn't about showing the best parental care. It's just that, like, your kid is now a commodity or a MacGuffin. Like, this is just what we have responsibility for.
For what it's worth, at the very beginning, like 5 minutes in when they show his little, like, insulin pump, I was like, that's Chekhov's insulin pump right there. That's going to come back. You know it is. It came back a lot, man. This movie is all about the dangers of diabetes.
Oh, man, it could just have, like, this little PSA at the end, kind of like the Head and Shoulders thing from Evolution.
Eric, stay with me. See if you like this. The blast door is open. And it's black. And then Wilford Brimley fades in. Hi, I'm Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes. And he just goes on a spiel.
Yes, and Gerard Butler just puts his hands on his shoulder and he just has another spiel. And to make sure that diabetes isn't the end of the world for them.
Oh, fuck. 5
Good
stars.
Well, after that much better Wilford Brimley bit, they have this wonderful scene where, like, man, this movie hasn't had a cool visual effect in about 10 fucking minutes. We need one right now. So they get stuck in the middle of, I guess, northern New York, almost at the border, and they're just listening to the radio that's still working for whatever reason, and they're just like, yeah, we're expecting a meteor shower exactly where, well, it looks like where Gerard Butler is. And then Gerard Butler's like, that's like where I am, right?
Yeah, I was kind of questioning, like, it is the end of the world in, like, 6 hours, and they still have fucking Boston playing? Come on.
It's more than a feeling, man.
It's about to be a whole lot of feeling when you get cracked up the side of the head with one of them little rocks.
Now, they got that plot armor. No way, no how.
He just weaves between every giant asteroid as every other car along the street besides his is exploded. My favorite part about this entire scene is there's about 6 or 7 cars on screen. Only 2 are moving. The rest has clearly CGI fire and asteroid effects going on. And I was like, man, to think about what it looks like without the CGI overlay, it's just like 7 cars just sitting there while one dude slowly drives through them.
It's the Sissonville slalom course. Somebody's backyard. But yeah, you're right. At some point here, it starts coming down hard. It's like the anger of the gods. We got Molten Rain going and several other Magic the Gathering card names.
Yes. Yes.
Well, at this point, the movie just stops wasting time. They're just like, oh, we gotta get away from these meteors. Oh, we're accidentally in Canada. Let's go.
Yeah, this skips ahead so much.
I kind of wish the movie was like, oops, all Greenland, and they're just there.
Yeah, let's
Just
drive to Greenland.
there. I enjoy, though, like, whenever they finally get to the little Canada where the plane is, the guy is so nice because I guess he's Canadian. He's trying to be so angry with Gerard Butler. Because he's like, I'm not moving my truck. You got to take me, my wife, and my kid. And he's like, I can't carry that much weight. How much do you weigh? He's like, 280. And he goes, oh, by golly gee, Josh, you're lying. He's like, yeah, I'm about 305.
So giant.
Oh, come on now. That's not... that you don't weigh 205, don't you know? You're at least 230.
And we just have like a 10-minute thing where Gerard starts flexing. This is 205 right here.
Just look weird. Smacking his forearm.
And that's what wins him over, by the way.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
I
like-
guess, okay. I guess that's just, that's not muscle weight. That's beer belly weight. So you're good, all right. As long as it's Molson.
Well, you know what the movie does to really nice people? They fuck them. Like,
yeah.
just immediately.
Dude.
So, like, get on the plane and they basically get to Greenland, but, like, man, that landing is rough. And the only person that dies in the crash is the kind pilot.
And he gets it bad, like icicle through the chest, to the point
Yes.
to where Gerard Butler and him share a moment of, you're dying. And he's like, yeah, yeah.
I saw it as rougher than that. I saw it as just, like, Gerard Butler just, seeing if he's okay. And the pilot's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That
like,
man died in peace.
he tries to come up and help him, like, try and get him out of there. And he's like, nah, fuck it. This hurts. Leave me alone. Let me...
This hurts.
Yeah,
I'm kind of into it. Spit on me.
I've been impaled.
Well, like, even though that he gave up, the movie kind of gives up too, because, like, they crash a mile away from this secret bunker or whatever, but they have, like, 10 minutes or something until, like, the asteroid, the big one, hits. So, like, who the fuck is running 10-minute miles, like, in the middle of nowhere?
Dude, they're just there. Just in. It's
just
like,
boop.
uh-oh, he's dead. Boop, and they're there.
Well, they're at the top of like a little hill, and they see the base. I don't know that it's a military base, even whatever it is. And they're like, "Oh, we're here!" They see us, and they're like waving down to the little jeeps or whatever, like the jeep is gonna drive straight up that mountain and come get them.
That's exactly what happened, because they're just there. They weren't even checked for the little wristbands or whatever. Just like, yeah, you're people, come on.
We drastically underestimated how many people could fit.
Yeah, man, we should have sent out some more text. Huh. Weird.
Whoops, this one only had 10 people in it.
Oh, so it's like the lifeboats in the Titanic. It's like, oh, there's only 10 people in this one, but they're all rich, so they count as like 45.
Yeah, or even furthermore, there's plenty of door here for everybody.
Yeah, except whole Gal Gadot, not Gal Gadot is. I don't know. I don't have a joke. I just gave up halfway through.
That's fine.
But they're in there, the fucking Ravens flock sirens going off. You get this happy thoughts moment where they're like, oh, it's okay, the world's going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
We get long chunk of fade to black to where you legitimately question if the movie's over or if my playback was fucked up.
I wish it did. I wish it had the balls. Just for, like, that extra layer of, like, yeah, this is an okay movie, you know, but it also has, like, a little just bit of, like, extra oomph. It's like, yeah, downbeat, credit, later, you know?
Yeah. They got in the bunker, but it didn't help.
No, we're just all dead. In fact, like, since the comet actually landed in, like, northern Europe, being in Greenland actually fucked us worse. The guys down in Australia, they're doing fine. We should have done that.
Just down there being upside down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this must be an alternate universe where Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck fucked it up.
Bruce Willis just on the asteroid pressing the button. It just, nothing happens.
It blew up and sent a chunk past the point of no return.
And it just cuts to Aerosmith. Well, boys, we gave it a good shot.
We missed the thing.
And just fades out.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. The next thing we get, the last thing we get, they finally, after 9 months, open up those pearly gates. Anyway, they open them up, and it's just like, there's birds out there. I guess we're okay.
Yep, and for whatever reason, they're 9 months in the future.
Don't even tell us anything that happens in there. Like, I think that would be more interesting than everything that I just saw, honestly.
Yeah, like, have the story start with them getting to the bunker, and then all the shit in the bunker malfunctions, and you could still hit these same story beats. You could still have the child get kidnapped, still have the wife get kidnapped, still have, like, the moment where he has to kill a man, you know, but just, like, give it more value.
Maybe. It's just, they don't give you any information at the end. They're just like, well, that's what I call a sticky situation, and then credits.
And it's not like they're leaving it open-ended for a sequel or anything. What are you going to do? Like, the comet that destroyed everything, part 2. It's already happened.
Exactly.
Just comment harder.
It's like Greenland 2 again.
The new batch.
The new batch.
It's 6 fucking meteors coming in now.
This movie is so corny. But, like, I think that's why I like it. It's paint by the numbers, but it's just interesting enough to keep you kind of invested. Like, you know what's going to happen, but you're so interested in what bullshit, like, the movie has to go through to get there.
I'm with you on that. I think this is a movie that, we've said it before, it was playing in the background, USA, TNT, or something like that. I would have it running. I just really wish there was more action in those parts, because then it would properly fill that role.
See, I'm probably a little bit more toward the hater end of things on this one. I thought this was just generally pretty bad, super formulaic. I could pretty much call from the beginning what was going to happen, at least, you know, beginning, middle, end. They just filled in the middle bits with stuff that wasn't all that interesting to me. Honestly, I can't tell you if I hated this or not. I can't even tell if this was necessarily bad, but I can tell you that, like, 6 months from now, if you ask me about this movie, I wouldn't be able to tell you a damn thing about it.
Well, there you have it. That was Greenland. If you have any strong feelings about the movie or the show, leave in the comment section below.
Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. Be sure to bash the little bell icon or whatever that icon looks like on your format of choice. Just hit all the buttons and you won't miss a thing.
Get out there and follow us on social media. We got that Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and you can find us anywhere podcasts are available. Give us a shot. We're kind of funny when we're coherent. So, you know, give us a listen. If you don't, you're going to need an architect and then light the cigar. The movie should have closed on that.
And then Big Gun plays.
Yes.